Hello and welcome to Lunchtime News. I am Rhoda Ngonzi. Let's dig into it. Police is on a hunt for suspected criminals on allegations of murder and other offences. During the force's weekly press briefing this morning, police spokesperson Fred Enanga read a list of the suspects.
Are now hunting for Odomo Solomon, a 20-year-old peasant of Tedambi village, sub-county, for the murder by beating of a man friend to his mother called Ananyi Simon, aged 70, who was living in the same village. The victim, Ananyi Simon, was actually cohabiting with Ayeri Sylvia, a widow and mother to the suspect, for the last 11 years. So you can imagine it started by that time the suspect now was 11 years old, and this is a man who even helped to look after him. So when he got to 22, he chased this could be stepfather from the home, Ugandan near CTS, where Chen Walter, a 30-year-old peasant of Ogobisel in Aduku Town Council, was arrested for the alleged murder by beating of his mentally ill elder sister called Angako Sarah. This happened last week. It so happens that the victim, Angako Sarah, would periodically suffer from the mental illness, sickness that she had, and she would turn violent. So after visiting a bar in Aduku Town Council, her home medical condition, her mental condition worsened. She started acting in a weird manner.
And now UPDF's Contingent Sector 1 Commander in Somalia, Brigadier General Anthony Mbosi Lukwago, has vowed to further crush any Al-Shabaab attempt to attack and destabilize Somalia. Brigadier General Mbosi was briefing a team of Ugandan journalists about security status in Somalia, attended by the defense spokesperson, Brigadier General Felix Kulaije, among other officers.
Uganda came in, I think we have seen 5 trains being coming in and going. These are many, but all of them have been democratically elected, and these are the ones that are governing the country at particular times. But on the other hand also, we have the Al-Shabaab, an armed force group that has been fighting to overthrow the elected government of Somalia, to come out with a more inclined Islamic hardline Islam. They have been using guerrilla tactics in attacking us by employing VBED. VBED, when I refer to the word VBED, I'm referring to vehicle bomb being exploded. They provide explosive devices. But they also using IEDs as a major weapon on their side, that once it rolls out, it rusts, it destabilizes someone, it disorganizes you, and by the time you recorrect yourself, go back seat because we are strong firm, elsewhere also they have been trying this, but they are also Al-Shabaab uses assassination and amongst the population, that any person they think that stands on their way, they can organize assassination and be assassinated.
And leaders and residents of Yumbe district are calling for increased efforts towards environmental protection, citing the deteriorating vegetation cover exacerbated by hosting refugees. During the belated World Environment Day celebrations, concerns were raised about the impact of the increased population due to refugees on Yumbe district's environment.
The Yumbe District Environment Officer, Swaibandama, has elaborated on the environmental challenges facing the district.
Bidibidi refugee settlement is seated on 50,000 square kilometers, and it was a green belt. But in 2016, when the refugees came, an area that was green today has changed. Refugees cut trees for constructing their houses. High demand for firewood, high demand for charcoal. So these are some of the reasons as to why you see today we have a lot of environmental degradation and pressure on the existing natural resources.
Local residents of Yumbe testified about the worsening climate conditions affecting their crops due to overexploitation of environmental resources.
As we are hosting the refugees, the population has grown high, and there is also
and we apologize for that. We'll bring you that story shortly. But for now, the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Thomas Tayebwa, has urged Chibale residents to strive for peace, coexistence, and shun domestic violence and sectarian tendencies to realize wealth at household level. Speaking as a chief guest at the Silver Jubilee marriage anniversary for Chibale woman MP Noeline Basemela and husband Kisembo John Mary in Chikuba village, Mugarama sub-county, Chibale district. We apologize for that. We will bring you those stories shortly. The newly elected president of the Lions Club of Kampala host Lion, Dr. John Ngorok, has affirmed his commitment to fight poverty in the Karamoja sub-region using sustainable livelihood methods. This was in his acceptance speech as the newly elected president of the Lions Club of Kampala host for the Lionistic year 2024-25.
Karamoja region has long faced challenges of poverty and underdevelopment, majorly due to political instability, lack of employable skills among the youth, high dependency ratio, among others. Having been elected as the new president of the Lions Club of Kampala host, Lion Dr. John Ngorok vowed to uplift the livelihood standards of Karamojongs through fostering self-sufficiency and resilience.
According to the National Agricultural Research Organization, NARO, 8 million Ugandans suffer from chronic hunger, with northern Uganda being the worst hit. We will therefore emphasize the service area and seek ways of supporting more sustainable options for ensuring food security, at least at the very level that we can afford. Okay?
Dr. Ngoro called for full participation of members in order to enhance service delivery to the less fortunate.
I pledge to you, the members of the Lions Club of Kampala host, my full commitment and my full cooperation, as well as the commitment and cooperation of the members of the board for the Lionistic year 2024-2025. I in turn ask, on behalf of the board of directors, for your support, for your help, for your loyalty.
The outgoing president, Lion Charles Mwejuche, applauded the club's tireless efforts towards serving the less fortunate. He also mentioned some of the challenges still hindering the progress of the club.
We pledged to serve through goals that were set together with our district leadership. These were implemented with the help of the approved club's yearly plan and budget, which we shall be reporting on how it has moved. Allow me express my appreciation to all members of this club for the confidence and trust you put in us as the board. As the club president and the chairperson of the board of directors for the Lionistic year 23-24.
Us that let us bring back the energy of Kampala House. Let's bring back the energy of Kampala House. incoming president, let's see more of the home hospitalities. Let's see more of the services. In terms of numbers, let's make sure that we reach the people and they see that we are there.
The woman member of parliament in Napak district, Nakot Faith, lauded the services rendered by the Lions Club of Kampala, saying they complement government's work.
I wish to congratulate you for nurturing other clubs in the country. A journey of 55, if you had fallen off within the first 5 years or within the first 1 year, as it is common for Ugandan enterprises, Uganda Registration Services Bureau registers companies. But within a year, they are closed down. It's common. So for you to survive 65 years, it means a lot. And we ought to learn from you. What is it you are doing right that the rest of the country should learn?
Later, incoming officials were installed and asked to take an oath towards the fulfillment of their duties. Mary Namkose, UBC News.
Meanwhile, Rotarians have been urged to be effective as they take on leadership positions following the set goal on where they want their clubs to be. The call was made by Francisco Semwanga, the governor for District 9214, while officiating at the installation of the new president of Rotary Club of Namasuba in Chisubi along Entebbe Road.
On behalf of our Rotary International President, Stefan Kushik, and on my own behalf as outgoing governor, together with the DRR, Joseph, and the District Executive Secretary, Harriet, we take this singular honor now to install Siraje Bazibu as the magical president of the Rotary Club of Namasuba. President Siraje, have that end in mind. Next year, June, where will RC Namasuba be in terms of membership, in terms of service projects, and all other aspects of life. But also what I want to tell you, President, is that care for your members. One of the things we are lacking in Rotary is that, of course, we come to serve other people. We are here to serve the less fortunate, service above soft, but also try to care for the members of your club. Our members today are going through a lot of problems. People are so stressed. People have financial challenges. People have marital issues. People have work issues.
Be reminded that success of a club is found on three major pillars: disciplined members, disciplined thought, and disciplined action. I pray that you inculcate discipline among us members. That is the only way we'll be able to realize progress. Let us embrace good practice like keeping time, utilizing the skills of the past presidents, improving team cohesion, ensuring role clarity, and improving communication within the club.
We need to renovate a school called St. Elizabeth Nursery and Primary School. He told you that that school had over 1,000 children, but currently it has less than 100 pupils. Now, we also plan to write a global grant such that we can be able to implement some of these projects.
As KD Foundation, I stand here to announce that we will be contributing at Rotary Club of Namasuba. We shall be giving you $3,000 as part of your next project.
Oprin as the magical president of the Rotary Club of Namasuba.
And the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Thomas Tayebwa, has urged Chibale residents to strive for peace, coexistence, and shun domestic violence and sectarian tendencies to realize wealth at household level. Speaking as a chief guest at the Silver Jubilee marriage anniversary for Chibale woman MP Noeline Basemera and husband Kisembo John Mary in Kikuba Village, Mugarama Sub-County, Chibale District.
lirukwe kino ntukusaba nituraba omukristo mukama waitu
omuntu orikwenda kudestroyinga ihanga yadestroyinga institution ya family n'abayamara. So in this era abantu bari kutasya aha contract ngo nyowe nkurebere nkukunzire reka tumara amezi mukago mu bushwere wezo torogwa wentorogwa mazima unyoreke tebegine unyoreke by the way ti region unyoro ni hanga kino tari muri bunyo abacika turi mu kishemeri abaruri barimo abarugwara barimo abaganda barimo unyoro is very cosmopolitan n'abeshengereza hatarigira omuntu wabashaba karuru aha Uganda enganda nizitanyaguza
yowe n'omukuru president omuntu wena utukwasa esente z'abantu tutwekere zibahe omasheke ogu tukugwera nkaha duze tulire.
And with that, we take a quick break. When we return, more details.
Amanya gange nze Namutebi Sharon nga nkolera wano wennyini Saka Kirombe oba Makindye. Empangula gye nawanguddemu ssente mbadde nga nkozesa mobile money nga nsindika school fees w'omwana ku ssomero. Okutegeera nti mpangudde nze mutima neegambye nti kambalinde bamale okujja ndyoke nzikirize nti mpangudde. Kyenyinza okubagamba nti si byabafere weewaawo abafere gye bali naye ennamba eri emu yokka era bw'eba ekukubidde omanye eyo si yabafere. Mpulira bulungi nnyo era ndi musanyufu nnyo. Naye MTN mobile money mbebaza nnyo mwebale nnyo mwebalire.
Together we're unstoppable. What is a dream? What does it mean to you? To her? To them? It's time we dare to dream anew. Dream bigger, better, bolder. Let's dare to dream of tomorrow, today, of someday, of the hope that comes with change, of a change that transforms lives. That glimmer in your eyes, the prospect of maybe, of all the hopes that we carry. It's the promise of enjoyments, co-enjoyments for you and your mates. A dream keeps us going. It's the one thing that drives us, inspires us, motivates us. One goal, one hope, one dream. With Ugandan National Lottery, dream can become a reality. Bigger is here. What's your one thing?
Junko, yo, what you go? Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Haven't you heard of the Parish development model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
I know, it is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a poultry project, and now things are moving.
Juko, I thought I was one of your friends.
You are,
but you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief, and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The Parish development model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better. PDM, Parish, my development, my life.
Welcome back. Now in business news, the Singh community in Uganda has expressed the value of supporting those in need. This was during the commemoration of the martyrdom day of the 5th Guru Sri Arjan Deviji at Ski Temple, Luvas Road, Jinja City.
Sodas, even other things like sodas, water, so I thank them for that.
My name is Gurcharan Singh Sambi. I'm the Secretary General for Shri Gurdwara Ramgarhia Jinja. This is a Sikh temple in Jinja. Celebrating the martyrdom day of our 5th Guru, Guru Arjan Dev Ji. This is an occasion we carry out every year. And on this occasion, we give out soft drinks, cold soft drinks to the public. This is carried out all over the world because in India, it is very hot during this period. So this is a tradition which is going on for over 500 years. And then we offer food, free hot food in our temple. Every function, this one, and then on every Sunday as well. That is our Sikh culture. We belong to the Sikh community.
Now, we eating food, they're giving us food and soda.
And on the international scene, Israel's military announced a tactical pause Sunday in daytime fighting around a critical aid route in Gaza. The plan falls short of a total ceasefire outlined by U.S. President Joe Biden.
The Israel Defense Forces released a video this weekend claiming to show elite units raiding what it described as terrorist infrastructure in Gaza, yielding large quantities of weapons. VOA cannot independently verify this or other IDF content. Those IDF raids are just the latest in the Israel-Hamas conflict, now in its 9th month following Hamas's October 7th terror attacks on Israel. Then, the Western-identified terror group and its allies stormed the border with Israel, killing 1,200 and kidnapping some 250 people. Since then, Israel struck back hard in Palestinian territories, killing more than 37,000, mostly civilians, according to the Hamas-run Gaza Health Ministry. The United Nations has for months warned of catastrophe and famine in Gaza as Israel choked off entry points where vital food, water, fuel, and medicine would normally pass. But as of Sunday, the IDF announced a daytime tactical pause in its military offensive in the southern Gaza Strip. From 5 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon and until further notice, the pause aims to grant safe passage of aid trucks bringing much-needed supplies to Gaza. Welcome news to aid groups struggling for months to deliver life-saving supplies.
Here we have really a protection disaster and a water and sanitation catastrophe. People are camping on the streets, on the beach, at best with some piece of shelter. But we were driving through rivers of sewage.
News of the tactical pause comes as the government of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced 8 of its soldiers died in fighting in the Rafah area of the Gaza Strip in what was the deadliest such attack by Hamas in months. Netanyahu blamed the fatalities on a roadside bomb or anti-tank missile. Meanwhile, Israelis continued their weekly protests against Netanyahu's government, calling for both an end to the war and the freeing of hostages taken by Hamas. News of the protected movement of humanitarian aid comes as Muslims celebrate Eid al-Adha, or the Fast of Sacrifice. It takes on a new meaning this year following months of war where instead of celebrating in their homes, many Palestinians now pray atop piles of rocks and rubble. Arash Arbasadi, VOA News.
And now in sports, Uganda's national chess team has departed to Russia for the Pioneer BRICS Games.
Four chess players, including international master Arthur Segwanyi,
FIDE Masters Haruna Nsubga and Ivy Yamoko and a woman candidate Master Shakira Mpaire are off to Russia. The mission is the Pioneer BRICS Games that start tomorrow in Kazan City, Russia.
The format is different, but the players are the same and the preparation is the same. So we are hoping for all the best.
So the preparations have been very well. We have been training mostly independently, but together we are also going to do some work on the ground when we arrive in Russia. And we're excited for this tournament. We hope and we are expecting to perform very well.
This being the first time Uganda is being represented at a BRICS game, I'm very honored to be part of the team. And our expectations are that at least in the list it will help us prepare for the Olympiad, which comes later this year in September.
I know it's going to be a tough event. I'm just hoping that I'll be on form because I haven't had ample time to prepare for the event. I'm really hoping that form will come into play.
The team is accompanied by Chess Federation President Emmanuel Mwaka and will be joined by Coach Harold Wanyama.
So we expect to perform well, and since it's a debut, sky is the limit.
The 2024 BRICS Games have 27 different sports disciplines with 90 participating countries and will involve 4,751 athletes at 17 sports competition venues. Chess that pawns off tomorrow will involve the Bliss and Rapid categories, with 120 participants competing for 6 sets of medals.
Well, that does it for news tonight. Thank you for lunchtime news, rather. Thank you for sticking with us. I am Rhoda Ngozi. Good afternoon.